signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need read for this full moon in Taurus to new moon in Sagittarius, November 2022. I am your reader. Mercury conjunct Venus in Libra, 3rd house, Angelo, Lyons. Mal for short, they're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, 24 and almost a half years in service. I'm the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There is a link in the description box. You can preview it for free if you like and see some of what I learned along many of those years as a corporate president and even before that. And I am a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle, a lovely members only platform subscription service where I serve every morning with a cup of coffee in my hand, live streaming from my laptop over on the couch in my bathrobe, talking about the day's astrological weather, the day's magical applications of said weather, the spiritual implications. It's an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so my patrons often chat with me over there. They also have access to all of the extended readings, the part 2s. You find the part 1s on YouTube. They get all of them regardless of subscription, as well as the recorded Zoom classes, workshops, tarot party stuff we're doing over there. We record it. So even if the patrons can't make it, they can watch it back at their leisure. Loving it over there, I gotta say. Having Libra, Venus in Libra placement, cardinal air, creative air. It's the best career move I've ever made. So if you want a little bit more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, trust me, go check it out. Click the link. You'll see. Come Patreon on Patreon. So I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but really, you can just call me Mal. Hey, someday people understand what it means to be an archangel of anything. Anyway, I'm keeping my eye on one of my cats. I feel like there's feline intervention about to happen any second now. I've got that mama intuition switched on. You go lay down, Sabby. He's the oldest too. He'd do what he wants. But regardless, let's get down to business, shall we? And I'll keep an eye on the cat. A third eye on the cat. If you're new to the channel. An 8-card draw is just one card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline, in this case a waning lunar timeline, to help you relax, release, let go, transform, alchemize from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, clearing the field so that you can nail that new moon with a new intention. And let's have a look at it, because this one's a little tricky. We got the full moon in Taurus, Tuesday, November 8th, 6:02 a.m. Eastern. I am in New York. It's a total lunar eclipse. It's also election day here in the United States, so that should be fun. Oy. But when the moon rides at her peak, then ye heart's desire seek. And then for the following 2 weeks, release, let go, transform, and alchemize. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. So how you release, transform, what have you, to shift from a less leaded timeline to a more golden timeline. A little bit over a 2-week period. So once we hit that lunar eclipse, well, the next day, November 9th, there's a T-square. Great, that's not going to go well, one would think. And making our way to that new moon in Sagittarius on Wednesday, November 23rd. Jupiter is also going direct in Pisces at the same time. That's a bit much. A lot of disillusionment is going to be, one would think, going on as that moves forward through Pisces. We're expanding our illusions one way or the other. And that is on November 23rd, 5:57 p.m. So figure 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing some new moon magic at that point. And, you know, Sagittarius, mutable fire. On the day of Wednesday, Mercury, that's a lot. It could be a really, really powerful spiritual transformative thing, but we got to make it through these 2 weeks and clean the slate. So it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and check your other signs to get more information about the timeline we're about to look at to help you do that alchemy. Or maybe you have 4 aspects of your life or so that need some letting go, because the lunar tides are going to happen anyway. Why swim against the tide, right? Go with it. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will, including the cross watchers, because if you do this alchemy for yourself, you're going to heal, you're going to manifest whatever, but you're also helping the one you are cross-watching for do the same, as well as the entire Libra collective. It's just how unity works. It's the quantum entanglement of all of this stuff, whatever. So that's my job, to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can from the divine through these pieces of cardboard and my chakras. Let's see what hits the table. Enough explanation. Let's do divination. Please take a nice deep breath. Because you have to explain it to the new people every single time. Still point. And I have some ocean waves playing in the background because it's been a busy morning here on Long Island, right outside my window. Using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Libra collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Watching this video, receiving this reading, what is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over the head of the Libra collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, and or cross watchers, determining the soul power to be alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, this waning moon, but also affecting the electromagnetic dynamics of all the chakras underneath it, what they attract and repel, so they will have the opportunity to not delay that which cannot be prevented in their own releasing, transforming, alchemize, healing, surrendering, letting go. What's the dominant? What do we got? What do we got for them? The Libras and the cross watchers. This full to new November 2022. So Libra, the mediator, literally finding balance. It is a wisdom family archetype of the 9 different families. The shadow attribute written here indicates the lead, the toxicity, right? The light, the gold. Now imagine as we do this within ourselves and our own energy fields and cross watchers and all of that, that we see this shift and evolve and heal in the world. That's how it works. As above, so below, as within, so without, blah, 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 blah. The shadow attribute. Negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda. Oh, come on. That's like been planet Earth for a while. Either professionally or personally, right? So doing that, you know, in a personal situation, friends, family, you know, whatever, but also possibly professionally, and let's not take out of that word politically, right? We see a lot of that kind of finger on the thumb on the scale kind of dealio going on planet Earth. So the light attribute you're shooting for, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. So not just balance and fairness, but a strategy of how to achieve that, right? That takes wisdom, and it is being alchemized. Everybody's, on a percentage scale led to gold on this, one would think. And respect for both sides of the argument, which takes out Libra sometimes. So I say, well, I see your point, and I see your point. I don't know how we're going to resolve this, but let's wrap. Sorry for the 1970s reference. I was born in 68. Yeah, I know. Look, thanks. So, wisdom family archetype. Let's look at the next 4 archetypes down. The internal stuff. Heart, third eye crown, the feminine energy, the goddess energy. That's why we're using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot by Fiona Morgan. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Stuff's going on outside my front window. I don't want to see it. I just want to focus as I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East. Please, beloved goddesses of cardinal air, 1 card in clarity for the Libra collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, what they need to be aware of on the inside, on the yin side. Heart, third eye crown, psychological dynamics, the creative intuition, the alchemical laboratory within, because throat chakra minimum, we all have the free will, whether or not we want to do the shadow work, the healing, the releasing, the surrendering, blah, blah, blah. So what do they need to be aware of? To alchemize that mediator in the 8th chakra, this full to new November 2022. Took a little while. Oh, well, it's a major arcana card before I flip it. Let's talk third chakra. you got some big choices to make here, because when it's a major arcana card, it's all four at once, where cups might be heart. Chakra, you got the card of oppression, which is the devil card, but it's a feminist deck, so it doesn't use patriarchal imagery like the devil. It does take the devil card, however, and split it into two cards. Coyote Woman, which is one of them that I think already popped up in a previous read. This is the other one, Oppression. Very much the Rider-Waite version of, the demon and the demonette. I don't know, it's not gendering demons. But with the chains around their neck, but they're loose. They could just whoop, slip away, but they don't. So this is Oppression, a woman covered by rocks, but the rocks have faces on them. So this could be the psychic weight. This could be the collective fear. This could be what other people think. Regardless, psychologically, or at least on the inside, there's some chains in there. Now that could be also, it could be chains of abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss. That could be all sorts of stuff. But I'm going to say, if you want to be a mediator, you got to look at what your fears are here. And this is a shadow read. Oh, there's a link in the description box to a video. It's down there. To a movie, a documentary called The Shadow Effect, featuring Debbie Ford, who is unfortunately no longer incarnate. She was wonderful. Sort of an intro to shadow work, like The Secret, but for the shadow. And it's really well done. High production value, which I dig. And when you get to the part with the swimming pool and the beach balls, it's very visual. It's very impactful. You'll see what I mean. So, for whatever reason, we've got a mediator in chains here, but it's internal. Let's see what's going on the external, the yang, the lower three chakras, the masculine energy with the mythic tarot. From the outside, looking, in at the Libra or the Crosswatcher, vice versa. But these are about relationships in the physical world. Root chakra, groups, tribes, circles of friends, three or more that you belong to it's a tribe. Second chakra, one-on-one relationship to another person or thing. Money, sex, power, creativity, great fun in the second chakra. Solar plexus, your relationship to yourself and the world. Your intuitive guidance that only you get, right? Personal power, your ethics, your honor code, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't, your self-image, your self-esteem as a verb, right? How you want to appear in the world. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, those ocean sounds are so... moon's in Pisces right now. It's very helpful for a Pisces moon like me. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East, please, beloved ones, beloved divine masculine energies of cardinal air, creative air. One card in clarity, please. Masculine dynamic, lower three chakra, inside out, outside in. For the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Crosswatchers watching this video and receiving this reading. Our third card down out of 8. What do they need to be aware of in the masculine energy dynamic, inside out, outside, upside down? Lower three chakras, relationships in the world, this full to new November 2022. Well, I wouldn't worry about it, because you got the sun on the outer, Apollo, a god of integrity, if ever there was one. Yeah, you can't do silly buggers with Apollo. He won't stand for it. So how interesting that, again, major arcana card. It's all three of these chakras at once, and I'm going to say very much highlight your solar plexus. Solar plexus, the sun, your integrity. Look, the chains that bind us individually and collectively of fear. We all got fear. It's not a sin to be afraid, by the way. Kenneth Klopnick, Course in Miracles teacher. Sin is not a fear. No. It is the lead. It is the very that. Like, why would somebody negotiate with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally, unless they had chains, so if they were afraid of being abused or afraid of being neglected, or there's a codependent pattern in place, or their fear of loss, financially, personally, whatever. So this could be you. But you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, like literally a 30-minute period. An archetype can come and go. Or you may be dealing with somebody with that, right? Someone who's sort of supposed to mediate this, and you may have some fears about it, but look, the Sun card lightens every other card. In whatever reading you're getting, it brings truth, it brings happiness, it brings health, it brings alignment. oh yay, we've got now carpenters outside with power tools. Woof. So yeah, the light can be certainly brought upon the shadow. But certainly if you orient yourself with like, no, I'm listening to my solar I'm going to listen to all my lower chakras, because there seems to be more truth and light in there right now than what's going on inside of me. What also says this might not be about the situation, but stuff from the past being triggered. Well, whose faces are on them rocks, right? Kind of holding you down, psychic weight, right? Memories, data, patterns, Ho'oponopono targets for at least a 2-week period. Let's get you a healing mantra from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. I still can't believe I forgot the one for Leo. It was a good read, though. It was pretty complete. A mantra to help you bring this together. Matt Kahn, brilliant spiritual teacher. His YouTube channel, Matt Kahn, All for Love, is worth a little bit of a deeper dive than just a quick breeze through. A mantra to help with the shadow work, to align these chakras. 1 of 4 bookie book reads, but I think they're worth it. Please take a nice deep breath. Because I didn't write these books, they did. Still point. Great, it's a chainsaw. Not for the Libras. No, outside as I call upon the Ascended Masters of Wisdom for this Wisdom Family archetype of the Mediator for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. Please, you're all pretty much Ascended Masters of Wisdom in some way, shape, or form. So what is the perfect healing mantra to bring some balance and do this alchemy for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers, alchemizing the Mediator in the 8th, oppression, the devil on the inner, and the sun on the outer, this full to new November 2022. Rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. This could very well be a traumatic memory, a traumatic process. It could be absolutely involved with this stuff, but there's healing available, right? But usually one situation doesn't completely lock us down like that, right? Completely oppresses us. It's usually a tragedy of errors, if not a comedy of errors. The definition of trauma itself is problematic because originally it used to mean a wound that cannot be healed, but spiritually that's not possible. And if you read Louise Hay, going back in the day to Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, etc., there's a difference between healing and curing. Something can be completely healed energetically and still not be cured in terms of a medical condition. It's just how it is. That's the vibe on it. Certain things are written in. But we find strength in surviving our traumas, including our past life ones. Because we're not in those lives anymore. We survived them. So there is some real spiritual light and truth and happiness available here. Maybe this is you radiating it, right? Standing from the outside or looking in a mirror, right? Seeing yourself horizontally. Maybe this is a place you are in, archetypally speaking, right? A chunk of time, a place you're in your life right now to really heal this stuff. Because maybe personally you have been given the poo end of the stick, so to speak. So I'm going to read this to you so that you can get that you do have power over trauma, but rarely is it a once and done, right? Rarely is it a once and done. Rewiring the nervous system from Matt Kahn. I find strength in surviving my traumas, and not just a hero's mantra. When the nervous system is rewired, you're no longer trapped in the memories of your body. You are the courageous hero or heroine. There we go. I didn't remember that was in there. You are the courageous hero or heroine of your present reality, honoring every moment of hardship as the means through which your infinite strength and greatest depth of character is revealed. That's why the solar plexus, depth of character that you have, that you bring out into the world, that's solar plexus. No one else is in control of that but you, but it's a process too. Nobody crosses the T and dots the I perfectly every single day. As you rewire your nervous system, you're no longer responding to life from the vantage point of your painful past, but instead are open to each encounter being more miraculous than the moment before, which is the point of shadow work, right? So the lead, which is toxic, symbolically speaking, but literally as well. You don't want lead in your bloodstream, right? It's not good. It's not good. Plus, then Superman can't see. I don't know how that works. Please don't make me do math. But with God, the God of healing, the God of light, right? Apollo on the outside, there is not just hope here. There is healing for you, but you can choose to not delay what cannot be prevented. This mantra is ideal to adjusting to life after loss. Healing heartbreak and becoming more optimistic. This is at the core of what shadow work is about, that only you can do your own shadow work. It's not like you can go to a shaman and they're going to like wrestle your demons for you, and they're not demons. They're personal as well as collective fear. So let's say this is about money. Got screwed over in a money deal. Just one example, right? There's healing here. How many people have been screwed over on money deals? And I mean just right in the moment that you're feeling that, right? Billions of people not dealing with it. Goes from the personal shadow into their cell tissue, which isn't great. I mean, that's just not healthy. But then into the collective shadow, where then it pops up more and more and more on the outer. What is repressed must be projected. So to rewire the nervous system, by the way, is a very air sign kind of thing. You can overdo it, certainly, with mantras and affirmations and energy tapping, if that's your gig, but I'm going to say the healing's available, and maybe this is representative of a healer of some way, shape, or form, to help you find that balance and to mediate, right? Even to mediate some of the pain and the fear. And, you know, it shouldn't be the Gordian knot, right? Just one sword slash and it's all gone forevermore. No, it's created, let's say, ancestral patterns going back since cavemen, right? No, we're not going to undo that in a weekend workshop. And even a 2-week period, you can get a lot done if you follow in your own intuitive integrity, guidance, grace, love, wisdom, empower your own higher self, yada, yada, yada. Speaking of higher selves, we use the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo Hartfield. We're also using her Whispers of Lord Ganesh to remove the obstacles, our second to last card down. But we use this for the higher selves of all involved. Usually a mediator, one would think other people are involved. But if not, this is totally a solo gig within you. You're rewiring your own nervous system. Then it is your higher self collective. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, and or insight needed by the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross Watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, so they can alchemize the Mediator in the 8th, the Devil Oppression on the inner, the Sun on the outer, which you got to admit, for 2 major Arcana cards, literally, of the only 2 tarot decks in the 8-card draw. That speaks volumes. Rewiring the nervous system, they will transcend every loss, right? Oh, they find their strength in surviving their traumas. That's a different Macron healing mantra. So they find their strength in surviving their traumas. That's alchemical in and of itself. So please, what's the information, inspiration, insight they need to pull this off, do this shadow work, this full to new November 2022? Ask for help. This could very well be somebody walking up and saying, hi, the divine sent me. They usually don't walk right up and say that. Usually that's a dial 911 situation. Ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. Yes, that can be done spiritually. In fact, I recommend starting there, right? Simple prayer, meditation, help, right? It works, particularly if your heart's in it. You really mean it, like, oh, good God, help me. You know, that all of a sudden, Deus Ex Machina. No, this feels like that this is mostly an internal thing that might very well be about the past, because a lot of shadow work is about emotional baggage, unfinished business, whatever you want to call it, that led. So to ask for help, yeah, sure, start with your own higher self. Start with, you know, doing it vertically, and then you'll be guided where to go horizontally, but you will survive your traumas, because You know, the Crimean War, you know, tar pits, La Brea or otherwise. We've all been on this planet over and over and over again, and we've all been through trauma, and yet we're still here, right? Except for Elaine Stritch is not with us, unfortunately. Stritchy, yeah, ask for help. It does make sense, particularly maybe you're asking help from someone who's a mediator. You can absolutely both have an archetype running concurrently in any soul contract, twin flame, soulmate, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? What I care about is getting you the Divine Animals Oracle, because everybody's got spirit animals and totems in their energy field. There's a difference between a spirit animal and a totem. All of the dogs that played Lassie on the TV, in the movies, they weren't all the same dog, right? Those are all individual spirit animals of Lassie actors. I don't know what that's called. But then there's the totem of the dog. The sum total of the spirit and soul energy of every dog that's ever incarnated, ever, except for wolves, of course. They're kind of a different vibe there. So, let's see if you're going to do the shadow work. What's coming from the animal kingdom? And by the way, humans are part of the animal kingdom because we're certainly not vegetable or mineral. Except some people. Please take a nice deep breath. That's sort of an All About Eve reference. Still point. Everybody's got a heart. As I call upon these spirit animals and totems for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon Rising Venus, Sign and Cross watchers, watching this video, receiving this reading, please, beloved ones, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, offering them the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the power, the support, the strength, the protection, so that they can alchemize this mediator in the eighth with oppression on the inner and sun on the outer, finding strength, surviving trauma, and asking for help this full to new November 2022. You got the Fred Sanford card, Red Fox, Strategery, Strategy. Inuyasha. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Does he have 9 tails? I don't know. Shinobi, Shattered. Yeah, the Red Fox. Greedy! I grew up in the 70s. Please don't cancel me. The Red Fox. This book is amazing. If you're doing any kind of totem work, highly recommend it. There's a lot in these chapters here. I'm just going to read you the first part and the last part, card number 3. I do have some issues with their artwork in terms of them putting the numbers in white ink on, or whatever, white imagery on every card and then backing it up with a cloudy sky. It doesn't help. But please take a nice deep breath. I'm a Virgo sun sign. I want to focus on details. Card 3, Red Fox. Come in, Elizabeth. Strategy. Work through a strategy to get what you want. Again, with your thumb on the scales or not, that's part of the integrity here. This is a time of transformation, so do not hide what you really are. Now, look, you're not your fear, you're not the oppression, but being authentic to say intuitively to the right person, right? You don't need to put that on Instagram. You really don't. I'm terrified. I've got, okay. Maybe to the divine and then maybe a counselor first before you put it everywhere else on planet Earth. Do not hide what you really are. Be a part of nature, not apart from nature. Like I said, humans are part of the animal kingdom. Be patient. Your opportunity will come. And I think that asking for help is going to really trigger a lot of that. It shows humility. The gods do like humility rather than hubris. And humility is very simply knowing that you don't know, but you're willing to be shown. It's a sort of innocence, and it is really lovely creatively to be not one side of the scale or the other, but that neutral place. Saying, I know that I don't know, but I'm willing to be shown. Right? It saves a lot of time, and really, the first controlling fear, according to Carolyn Mace in Entering the Castle, is the fear of humiliation. They were afraid of being humiliated. Well, she says, people say they're afraid of failure. They're not. They're afraid of the humiliation that would come from the failure, because if you failed and nobody knew about it, right? So she says that I hope you get humiliated so you realize you lived through it. She used to be a tough cookie. She's mellowed a lot, and I love her no matter what. Isn't that right, Melchior? Do you want to come up sit with Mama? Come on up. I got feline intervention going on here under the table. I will turn this car around if I have to, young man. Kitty Mama. Let me read you the magic. Oh, this is interesting. Wait, did I skip a page? No, this is still Red Fox. If you need some prosperity in your life, or you are wishing for a more connected relationship to the world on any level, Inari Okami, which is the Japanese part of it, may be able to give you a strategy to assist. As the Inari and their Kitsumi is a living tradition, you can use modern Shinto ways to honor them. And if you are lucky enough, you can visit one of the Kitsumi temples in Japan. Yeah, no, if you can fly there and come back before the full moon in Taurus, if you got it like that, honey, I don't know. Fox magic is transformative, and foxes can help you find the best way to get through a puzzling or difficult situation, which is a shadow read. And when we got on there's something traumatic about this, or there was something traumatic about this. It could be either brought up, same situation, or thematically. But as this heals, you're healing it not just for yourself, for the cross-watcher, whatever, but for everybody else. But there is a strategy. So what if that's what you're asking for help for? Not to take the trauma and the pain away, but asking for help for a strategy, a healing strategery. God, the obscure reference machine, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you could just call me Mal. Let's talk to Lord Ganesh. Because particularly with those rocks on top of you on the inner, those feel like obstacles. So the whispers of Lord Ganesha, Angela Hartfield adds the A on the end to help remove those obstacles, those three atoms in between lead and gold, shadow and light, pain and peace, for your well-being and for the well-being of all of life. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call to the beloved Lord Ganesh, elephant-headed Hindu god of success, prosperity, and removing obstacles, please. I love elephants. One card in clarity for our beloved Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your support, your oracle, so they can remove those obstacles, transforming lead into gold, doing the shadow work to alchemize the mediator in the eighth, oppression on the inner, sun on the outer, rewiring the nervous system, asking for help in a strategy. This full to new November 2022. Protection, exactly what you need if you are dealing with trauma, past or future, or it's a traumatic trigger about what might happen in the future. Past is often prologue, and it's almost guaranteed, unless we shift the electromagnetic dynamics, right? Learn from it. Gary Zukav, Power, Seed of the Soul, he calls it the compassionate response of the universe when you haven't learned the lesson, and it just keeps bringing it back and bringing it back and bringing it back and bringing it back and bringing it back, right? This is an opportunity for you to maybe put some of this to rest and gaining great strength as a result of it. Card number 20. Look, he's hovering in the air. He's like Super Ganesh. S level. Oh yeah, I found out I'm a Sigma empath. That's fun. Wish I could have known that earlier. Would have really changed high school, I think. Just saying, don't you forget about me. Don't. What card is this? Oh, card number 20. They got them fancy numbers on it, and then they put it on a light background and light ink. Not fair. Card number 20, protection. Protect your energy as you lift your vibration and frequency. This is what's on the table already, folks. As you continue on your spiritual path, you begin to lift in vibration and frequency, and you continue to experience new levels of love and light. Absolutely. That's why I pray and meditate a lot, 'cause it's fun, mostly. Your energy body undergoes an essential transformation. These changes in the energy body require that past pain and limiting views of self be released. Now, what do you think that means, be released, right? They just, they vanish. No, they come up and out. That's the detox process. When this happens and the pain comes to the forefront of your experience, it can definitely feel like you're taking quite a battering. Ask Ganesha to surround you with his beautiful energy at this time. You may envision this energy as red, yellow, or white in color or in any color that resonates with you. Of course, there's the lesser banishing ritual. Pentacle LBRP goes a long way. Imagine this energy is filled with love and light. It is said that Ganesha oversees the angels of protection, which is pretty awesome. Ganesha's light energy serves to release any negative energy within its field into light. Visualize negative energy, entities, memories, or stuck energy being released from your spirit, mind, and body. This is essentially another approach to shadow work. When previous pain shows up, it may not be a clear-cut memory of a particular past event or feeling of fear. Past experiences may be reflected in your current challenges and lessons. It appears in a form that will trigger you now, bringing up resistance and distraction to be dealt with immediately. Keep in mind to respond with love. You're going to react. React is like knee-jerk. It's a reflex. We all react. Just don't act on the react. Response is considered and wise. You are assured that you will continue to grow and evolve through this challenge. Ganesha will assist you in protecting your energy for the best possible results. And really, you got Apollo and Ganesh on this. This sounds like a good gig. This sounds like a good shadow read with a Red Fox strategy. Lamont. Let's get our last card down, because I think that's gonna, it's the last card down, but this is not exactly a disconnected read. We're obviously dealing with something traumatic, oppressive on the inner, fearful, chains to be broken, alchemized in a fair way, right? Respect for both sides of the argument, which is really hard. But with Apollo, the sun on the outer, someone from the outside in, inside out, with a lot of healing and a lot of happiness, could absolutely be a healer. For them to ask help in a strategy and to ask for the help, literally, of Lord Ganesh to protect your energy field as you rise in vibration. Magnificent moments of bliss and divine unity and true love is the divinity of the divine within everything. And then comes the detox, right? Yeah. You do the master cleanse, don't expect it to, not bring stuff up. So, within the lead there is gold, right? If you do the alchemy to the best of your ability, which means there's a hidden blessing here, meaning it's already in play, but you can't see it. Like, not even Superman, because it's lead, right? Can't see it. Kal-El. Hunk. So that's what we're going to use, the Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish. Though it is a Celtic deck, I consecrated the deck to the pantheons of all pantheons, traditions, lineages, and cultures. TLC, that's how I remember it. I'm keeping my eye on a Taurus kitty. Looks like he's up to shenanigans. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Last card down as I call to the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures, or at least a delegation from each, please. One card in clarity for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross Watchers, the gold hidden within the lead, the hidden blessing, should they just do their best. Highly individualized curriculum for each and every one of us. No two of us do it the same way, so that they can alchemize, a little light at the end of the tunnel, right? To alchemize the mediator in the eighth, oppression, the devil on the inner, sun on the outer, rewiring the nervous system. They gain strength by surviving their traumas, but to ask for help says the higher self. There's a strategy here that they can ask for, perhaps from a higher vibe, and the protection of Lord Ganesh, if they so ask for it, if they so want it, while they go through this process. So what do you got for them? The blessing that we will do for real for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers this full to new watching you, Melchior. November 2022. Oh, a blessing on your intuition. Oh, yeah, get you out of all that third eye stuff. Yes, there's clairvoyance is a form of intuition, but I don't think that's where it is. I think we're looking at your lower 3 chakra kind of gut stuff here. Oh, I just found out I'm a Sigma empath. Go watch the videos. Blew me out of the water. And the thing is I've always known that people were lying to me. It's just I wanted another agenda, right? Particularly romantically, Libras, you know what I'm talking about. It's like deep down, oh my God, I knew there was something off, but I didn't care because it was so hot. You grow into it, right? I mean, we can't all be lifting cars over our head in age 3. Kal-El, right? Let me read you this. Oh, we do these for real. As I said, we do these blessings for real. There you are. What number is this? Card number 8. Look, she got a crystal ball. She got an owl. She's just hanging out in the woods reading cards. Kind of dig it. But we do these for real. And once I'm done reading from the bookie book, putting the energy and the blessing behind it, the reading's over. But if you want to hang out for the very end when I release the collective, it's usually goofy. And this is actually, you know, it's not like a blessing on a departed loved one or something. So let's see how this goes. What was that? Card number 8. Please take a nice deep breath. And the pantheons of all pantheons, please transmit this blessing now. Still point. And here we go. A blessing on your intuition. A blessing to create a trusting relationship with your own inner guidance. In this world, many will still seek to guide you. They will hold a torch aloft and show you a road that they will promise you has a destination that is heavenly, or healing, or a home for the spirit in which you will be loved, in which you will finally belong. May this blessing light the torch of your own inner guide, who alone knows the truth of your soul. May you begin to sense out what is best for you without pride, hubris, humility, know that you don't know, without pride or vain public deliberating. May you just simply connect with the light within, and from that light shine out, and with that light, the glowing radiance of your own intuition, the guide of your own spirit. May the road you take be softly illuminated. That's what the media, you're mediating for yourself. You're kind of weighing it out, trying to do it in the best way, and the strategy involved. May you trust when it takes place, but not force it on another. May your own intuition grow in its light until it glows bright when needed and softens when you feel ready to walk steadily into the direction of your own soul. May you trust that you are becoming who you were born to be and never who another would make you. May this intuition not be shaken by mistakes or misinterpretations, but may you open up all the senses you were gifted with by Spirit that guides us all. And may your own inner wisdom that will be expressed through that innate gift of intuition be given room to blossom. May you be taught well, but not attached to teachers of the intuitive gifts, even Mark Angelo Lyons' mouth for short, because we're all on our way home, darling. And may you come to understand that the price of walking this way of truth to the self may sometimes be high, but never as high as the giving up of will and spirit and guidance to others. Oh no, we're not doing that. Let yourself be open to the messages from within first, then allow the world to speak to you through the filter of your most pure, intuitive gifts. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. So it is. Don't you dare let people tell you what to do. But I understand. It's a bit oppressive on the inner. I get it. And trauma is what trauma is, and everybody's got their own. So did it make sense to you, Libras and cross-watchers? Hit the thumbs up. Help other Libras and cross-watchers find this. This could be very helpful and healing to somebody. Want more of me here on YouTube? You know what to do. Subscribe, and I do recommend hitting the notification bell because I put these out when they're ready. Sometimes they schedule them. I got a lot going on. Why? Because I'm over on Patreon. Patreon.com/drawingthecircle, putting out content every single day. I try and put content out every day on YouTube, but you know, to do the best that you can. But you know, I'm doing the daily morning streams, doing the exclusive content, the advanced content over there. You know, I just love it so much. So again, your cardinal air, creative air, look into it for yourself personally to have your own, but certainly if you want a deeper dive with the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, come Patreon on Patreon, and please just call me Mal. Instead, just call me Mal. It's so much easier. And if you'd like to book me for a private reading, you know there is a link in the description box as well to a video on YouTube called Booking a Reading with Mal. Explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mal, but perhaps we're afraid to ask because I know you're trying to find your balance. Yeah. Otherwise, I love you. Wishing you all the very best and the very, very, very blessed of this shadow work. I am Mercury conjunct Venus myself, so I will be working this mantra because I do shadow work regardless of lunar tide because I'm a light worker who does shadow work, a witch, or whatever. Thank you for watching. I love you without condition. Hang in there. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.